How's it going, everybody? I am back in Fallout 4 on Spectacle Island, and this is basically a re-record of a video because I recorded a video like probably like a week or two ago. Didn't realize until I went to go actually put like a thumbnail on it and actually upload it that like make it public that I just was at night. It was at night. The whole build was at night, and it was like pitch black on the video on YouTube. So I am re-recording it now, and hopefully I don't miss any points that I did. I didn't even rewatch the video. I just deleted it. So hopefully I cover everything that I did in that video. But basically, I have a pretty simple concept for Spectacle Island. I got this idea a long time ago. I have no idea who gave me the idea. A video a long time ago. Somebody commented that I should build Spectacle Island up and that the island should be like warring factions. So basically, I'm not having warring factions, just different settlements. So the idea is that they settled here and there was some sort of conflict. They started they separated and started another settlement. So this was the original one over there. I've already got a video on that, Spectacle Island Part 1. And now this is Spectacle Island Part 2, the house over on the island. I've rebuilt, oh well, not even rebuilt, built up this part of the island. It is a junk pile. It is really interesting. I think it's turned out pretty well. I've used a lot of different pieces and tried to make it look scrappy and thrown together, and I think that it's turned out very well. A whole lot less of Quappa than that I included on the shipping container area in part 1. This one is pretty vanilla. Oh, actually, there are some parts that have some rotation, but not nearly as many as the other ones. So mainly decorations and stuff like that that I used Quappa for. You can see I've got a wall around the front area of the house. All the windows and holes are kind of boarded up. You can't really see inside a whole lot. I've tried to board up the whole bottom floor. Some cracks that you can kind of see in. But for the most part, this is just supposed to be a very scrappy build. Meant to be. They started building up this house and turned it into something new. So if we go inside, right through the front gate, we've got this bridge that goes over top. Um, that is held up by these pillars over here. Goes right across so that there's people that can guard the gate. The wall goes around, connects to the greenhouse slash shed or whatever. Um, we'll go straight over to the shed. The greenhouse portion really didn't do a whole lot with it. Um, Not a whole lot that I really wanted to do because this isn't where I was having them actually do their food. I'm having them do that on the greenhouse that I built that we will get to later. But this is a living area for some of the settlers, so this can be opened, but for the most part, that's not really the intention. This is sort of meant to be actually a wall. Not really an openable thing, but it is openable. So if you come in, got a little work area over here for power armor, a couple different things, some storage and stuff like that. This is about the most decoration that I've had in the settlement so far. And little tidbit, I've actually started on another area on this on Spectacle Island, and I was recording that video, went to go upload part 2 after I finished recording the other video before I started editing it and stuff, and realized that it was at night, so I had to load a very early save from like several weeks back, and not several, a couple weeks back, and realized that just to get it to where the build was not where I have built it on the island so that I didn't accidentally give away any spoilers. But right here you can see we've got some beds up here in this area, this sort of loft over the kitchen. Got some storage right here above the stairs. Got a little dining, or well, not dining, kitchen area below where they are living. Um, then over here we've got a couch and living area. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This settlement, they do have a shooting range, and you can take a couple shots at these. And to be sort of smart, I put it right in front of where these metal guards are, and I also put a lot of cinder blocks behind this, so hopefully no walls are breached and everyone inside is safe, because I didn't know, it didn't really fit anywhere else. This is sort of the most flat area that I could do this in, and yeah, I tried to make it safe and logical. And over here we've got this bridge that comes, or not bridge, this ramp that comes up. Got another ramp that leads up to the area above the gate, and we've got this little guard area, and it kind of wraps around. It's sort of lifted and elevated from where the regular platform is. I tried to do that so that it is a little bit interesting. Uh, Also, people down here aren't really in as much danger. I guess that if someone's up on the hill, they would be, but at least they're a little bit safer than people up on the wall actually fighting. And then, yeah, this comes up here. You got a nice view over the gate and along the beach to protect the settlement if people from that settlement come over to attack. And yeah, that's trying to make it interesting. We're throwing all these pieces of plywood and beams and fences and stuff. There's this big pile of junk under here. That's actually there naturally, like that's in the game, but I didn't try to delete any of it. Tried to make it look like it was part of the build, and I thought it ended up being pretty interesting. And then, yeah, I'll take you guys inside the first floor now. So down here, didn't try to clean it up too much. Really thought of this as they were moving into the settlement. So if you come around here, come down. I was going to do something with this area, decided not to. There's not a whole lot of space to begin with. I feel like I may have been able to have done a bedroom or something. Didn't do that, and that's fine. I think it's okay without it. And over here, this is where I was saying people are going to be sleeping inside. That's why I wanted it to be safer from those with the center blocks. There's a couple walls between that area, but using Quappa, I said there was a couple things I did use Quappa on. I used Quappa for some of the decorations. Uh, Not as many building aspects as I did for the shipping container area in part one. So these beds are up on this area, sort of angled the same way as that floor. Got another bed in the corner, come across over here, a little living area, not a whole lot of decoration. And then back here, got another bed. This is directly behind it, but it's sort of directly behind the metal pieces, so hopefully it's a little bit safer. I don't know. Whoever's sleeping in that bed is just a dangerous person. Uh, Hopefully people aren't shooting while people are asleep, I guess. That's probably a better way to think of it. But we got this little area right here, so this person can look out over the little courtyard out there. So the more interesting area of this build, you can see it's pretty blocked off all the way around. This is probably the most dangerous area of the whole build. Like, people could easily climb through that, I guess, but it's not completely built up. There's a big giant hole up there too, I see. But the more interesting area of this whole build is the second story. This is where I tried to make it as interesting as I could. We've got a generator upstairs that is extremely loud, but we've got these walls that separate the build. Um, the intention for that is this is kind of the most structurally sound room of the whole build. It's got a roof over top and stuff like that. They got a computer, some beds, some storage and stuff like that. Over here we've got a couch, a table, some storage. Looking out over the courtyard as well, you got a nice view of the beach and over the whole area and stuff. We can see the big shipping boat over there crashed onto the beach. Out here, this is sort of meant to be a more open environment. It does have a roof, but it just is sort of a more open area. Got these pillars all the way across to try to make it more structurally sound. A lot of guard posts and stuff out here, so you can see they've got a guard post looking over the whole island right here. And then this goes up and connects down to the the bridge outside over the gate. I had to do this staircase and then this little lip out here to make it even and go over the broken walls and stuff. So I thought it added a little bit of interest, interesting like depth in that area anyway. Sort of elevated platform. Um, it's also protected and stuff, so like you can't really, you're not in as much danger right here as you would be down there or out on that platform in the guard post area. Not a whole lot going on out here. Got some kind of stuff scattered everywhere. This is probably the more interesting point of this whole area, is there's this really makeshift, like, sketchy guard post up here. The idea for this is just they had stuff to throw up and they built this guard post that is kind of out over the building. It's hanging on this destroyed roof. You can kind of see out a little bit better over that settlement, and it's a little bit more interesting thrown together and stuff, being held up by this big uh, metal thing from a boat, and then got an umbrella up here, guard you from the sun at least a little bit. Then we come down, and then we will go up to, oh well, we'll check out the third floor, because I don't think that there's anything else on the first floor or the second floor. So on the third floor, I tried to angle this floor with this floor, try to make it a little bit more interesting, give it a little bit of depth, not make it so just flat. It would work flat as well, and that probably would have been fine. I just wanted it to be a little bit more interesting. Over here, to kind of level it out and make it less of a drop off this ledge and still be able to walk up on it, I added a pallet so that they can drop down, and on this side you kind of just walk off. And here, though, this is the actual greenhouse, and you can see they've got all this greenhouse pieces and stuff. This whole area was actually pretty difficult to build. Like, for some reason, things did not want to snap properly. I had to deal with a lot of stuff. Quappa, a lot, Place Anywhere. It ended up working out, though. I think that it's a little interesting an area. I wanted this area to be a little bit taller. I didn't want it to be flat across. I wanted it to be going up with the angle of this roof. So if we come out here, you can see that, yeah, the roof, this metal sheet roof goes straight into that, and then the glass roof goes up. It's really broken and stuff, and then the wall on this side is metal and broken open so that they can walk out on this platform. But just pretty minimal decorations. You can kind of see down into the settlement and stuff from up here. These walls, I like the way that they look. It leaves for like a more open feel for the whole settlement. I did add like some structural beams and stuff like that around this, so that way things, I did it down there as well. I pointed that out, just to try to make it feel structurally sound, like they put up these beams to hold the build up. But yeah, just some minimal decorations and stuff like that. Got some greenhouse planters, and then you can see they got the sun beating down on all these plants and stuff like that. Try to make it as interesting of an area as possible. This is extremely loud. But out here we've got another guard post area. You can see Mirelurk shell, it's from USO, but it's actually part of what is the the big DLC that came out? The one that's sort of like Point Lookout. I don't remember what it's called anymore. I've not played Fallout 4 for like a year, so I've forgotten a lot of things. Uh, but yeah, nice view up here across the whole island. And then, yeah, try to make a little scrappy walkway out. And this is just built up off of the roof that is over that guard outpost. So, got a whole tower that leads up to that. But, yeah, I just tried to build as interesting of an area and build as I possibly could. Tried to build a settlement on an island in a separate location from another settlement that I've built. So, like I said, the whole like kind of lore behind this whole settlement is that two separate settlements, people got in conflicts, they disagreed. I don't know if it was like leadership or something. You guys can kind of come up with your own ideas about that if you'd like. But my idea was just that some sort of conflict. I thought also at some point that maybe they came from these boats and stuff that were from the shore that kind of scattered out. They eventually all settled on the island and stuff like that, and they didn't really get along. They all had their own little lives and stuff and things that they were building out on these, and ended up with a bunch of different like sort of factions or just settlements on an island, and I it just ended up being a cool idea, I think. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this build. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the next build because I do have another one that I'm going to be showing that I've already recorded. I had to come back to record this. Um, but yeah, I appreciate all the support recently for me returning to YouTube a little bit at least. I know that people haven't been getting my videos in their sub feed. Hopefully that changes. With the Starlight Death Trap video, it's because it has death in the title, I think. It's probably the main reason, but yeah, I don't really have anything else that's going to be like that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this and enjoy these builds, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.